survive and chill. Um, so over here playing Metal Gear Survive, which gets a lot of bad rap, gets a bad rap, to say the least. Like Metal Gear Survive, that game is trash. They took away Hideo Kojima, so we don't want to see that. We don't want to play that. How dare they? And look, that just makes you a fanboy. Okay? Why did I buy it? Because I'm a fanboy of the franchise. Yes, this is true. But I'm not just a fanboy of the franchise, though, of, the creator. I'm also just a fanboy of the franchise. I'm also a fanboy of the creator. You know, so, or I can't even say the creator, the man that brought the vision to the big screen, which is Hideo Kojima. Now, I'm a little far, not too far into it, I don't think. I think that's still level 6. That's my character, Grayson. I came across that name because I'm a Dick Grayson fan, Nightwing fan, and I had a fan fiction story going or something where I was gonna use a couple of different games and kind of create a whole Nightwing storyline where Aiden Pierce, because he's a vigilante from Watch Dogs, he was gonna be Dick Grayson. He had the motorcycle and everything, and he was gonna be Dick Grayson. But then it was just a lot of work, you know. But yeah, but my daughter, she comes in too. She know all the fans. Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty gameplay. If you're familiar with Metal Gear, game, and this still holds true to a point here, even though it's a more of a survival based horror survival based stealth game, I guess. Uh, if the survival elements, if you want to think about it, you can think of it as it's gonna take me a while to learn the controls again. Survival elements, you can think of it as your basic zombie game. You know, don't let the zombies see you.
Your new top mission priority is to return home from D-Day. I've marked the map with the location of the singularity we already know about. Make your way there.
Okay, I think I remember where I'm at. I kept dying. You know, and okay, for people that are into strategy games, this game will be great for you because it takes a lot of building and setting up defenses and things like that. What we got in here? Material case. Skip case. Open it. Open it. Let's open it. Don't tell me rapid. Okay. Now, that. Damn it, forgot the button. Build. Do I have any arrows? I have 13. I don't remember what this does. This is my storage. Manage possessions. This is storehouse. So is that? No, I don't. Alright, current inventory is on my left. Storehouse is in the middle. Rundown of what I got is on the right. So, current inventory. I really don't have that. Okay. L2. Close out my weapon. R2. Okay. Crafting station. Let's see. Weapon workbench. I have 0. That's because I have the advanced weapons workbench. Okay, but I might need that one. Rainwater tank, 2 of 2. Shelter, 1 of 2. Wooden fences. Sandbag. Okay. So here are my various workstations. This one is for my gear workbench. You know, make different clothing and things like that. Which, if you're familiar with role-playing games or RPGs, change certain stats. Better defense, better offense, things like that. My advanced weapons workbench. Portable shovel. Might need that. Not bad. I like to run around with a machete. Just got a bow and arrow. Heavy arrow. Can I craft? Yes, I can. Craft some of those. Of course, I want to do my inventory. Guess I can carry more. Flame arrows. Can't. Definitely need no more arrows. No. Now, let's see. What gun do I have? I don't remember. Let's go back. That's not it. The Burkhoff.
It's incredible plants can even grow in a place like this.
Okay. Medical workstation. Can't craft any of those right now. Gadget workbench. 6 of 6. 6 of 6. Can't craft that. 0 of 6. Bam. So we're gonna send that to the storehouse. Sandbag, 0 of 6. Should I equip? Equip. I could only equip. Okay, I can equip it there. Lures. They actually do kind of come in handy. They attract the nearby creatures, so you can sneak around. Flag beacon. Once placed, appears on map as visual. Flashlight cannot be used in conjunction with weapons. Let's get some medical sprays first before I do anything else. Get this out first. Can't craft this much. Empty canteen to carry water and stuff. Definitely need. Okay. Now, this is a fairly good game. If you're a fan of survival elements and things like that, it's good. I forgot I could purify water. Rainwater tank. that's to capture the water, which is a good thing because, oh my gosh. Let's see, campfire. I don't have anything to cook. And rainwater. Yes. So, that way, don't have to worry about being thirsty. I gotta make a purifier so that I can have clean water because you can't get sick. Push inventory. Use that. Thirst is up. Hunger. See? So this is my little base. Very simple. Not too necessarily fortified. And came a long way. Like I said, got workbenches, got a fire, got a place to sleep, these various things, and a garden, which is one of the most important parts, you know, because food is important. You gotta be able to grow your own food, catch your own water. This lady, she ended up in this alternate dimension from the normal Metal Gear franchise. Okay, so this takes place during or after the Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5, which in essence is Metal Gear Solid 1. No, Metal Gear Solid 2, I think, because I believe there's three. There's Snake Eater, Peace Walker, Phantom Pain, Metal Gear 1, 2, not for the PlayStation, but for the Nintendo. And then you have the PlayStation Metal Gear Solid 1.
I wonder what the fellow troops are up to.
2, and then 4. I believe that's the the timeline. This comes in between Phantom Pain and the first Metal Gear Solid. Now, which makes sense to me, because if you played the Phantom Pain, there's this thing called the full-time recovery system. And with this full-time recovery system, if you upgrade it enough, there's one that sends the materials or whatever through a wormhole. Now, in the beginning of this game, a wormhole opens up and it traps everybody here, which makes sense if you follow it, because you know you're like developing wormhole technology could lead in a catastrophic event, and bam, you have the alternate reality, which is Metal Gear Survive, just to show how it's still canon in the franchise while being able to do its own thing. You know, now let's see, where do I have to go? The map. Whoops. Zoom in. This is my base. Point of interest. Point of interest. Distress signal. Don't remember what this is right now. Point of interest, which is, you know, these crystals, which I need to use to like craft stuff and things. Now, again, like I was saying, let me place a point on the marker, right? Let's check out here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it takes us back to why this is a good game. This is a good game because it gives you everything you know and love about the Metal Gear franchise that we come to accustomed to. Controls, button familiarity, solid gameplay mechanics, and it's still based around stealth because you have to survive. You can, oh my gosh, When I say there's a chance of being overrun by these creatures out here, there is. So it makes you want to stay stealthy, even though you don't have to deal with, like, as far as right now, I don't have to deal with enemy soldiers with super guns and stuff. The sheer amount of the volume of enemies that could attack you at a time, especially with limited weapons, can become frustrating and cumbersome. No, so it keeps all those elements that you love of Metal Gear Solid. The reason people say it's trash is because this is the first one not made by Kojima. And it takes you from the normal storyline. Now, the normal storyline of being a Solid Snake or a Big Boss. Whoops. Here we go. Whoops, missed. What the? Oh. Of being a Solid Snake or a Big Boss. It doesn't give you, so far, many of the high quality cutscenes that you're used to. This is what I love about the bow and arrow too. I can get my arrows back from dead enemies, or if I see them, I can pick them up, back up. You know, like I missed a few over here somewhere, maybe. Hit that one. There's like over here. You know, you can pick it back up, but it takes away a few of those things, you know. Which, it's like he's not on the game franchise. He was a great director, yes. You know, but you gotta remember, directors aren't always writers. So, as far as story, do I think that they can still give you a quality Metal Gear Solid story? Yes, if they keep the original writer, you know. Like I say, I'm not sure if Kojima was the writer. Now these are one of those creatures I was talking about. The thing that just appeared around my character, that circle, that radius circle, that is basically a sound meter. You know, can they hear me? Things like that. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if I want to do this. But just to show y'all what they're capable of. See, these things are kind of tough. They kind of remind me of the sound of like Resident Evil. As to where they can actually take some damage. They'll come at you now. Granted, now I'm spotted. I wasn't spotted before. I was just going for the sound. Kuban energy. I definitely need to build up my base. Things like that. So it's like you can spend a big portion of the time avoiding these things. But you know, it's like a lot of other games. Do I leave the enemies alive and get the experience points or the money? Or go kill these fools? You know? Okay. Now there's a few things I want you to notice. In this circle, there's the 80%, 76%, the 82%. 82% is my water, I know for sure. The 79% is my oxygen. And I believe that 76% is my hunger. You can tell on the personal page. Oxygen 78%, hunger 75%, thirst 82%. Which a lot of people didn't like. You know, they're like, oh my gosh, it feels so cumbersome because I have to watch these health bars and things like that. But if you're a fan of The Sims or any game like that, managing a bar isn't hard. Now, I left out the fog, the mist, right? See this big wall? This is why I needed the oxygen tank. That's what drains your oxygen. You know, you leave out of it, it'll rebuild it. Things like that. Excuse me. Getting resituated here. But your oxygen level will go back up and things like that once you're in safety. Or do I gotta go all the way back to my base? I'm not sure. I think I gotta go all the way back to my base. But that's why it's important as to get oh, that sounds like something running. You gotta be careful. Makes you paranoid. For the most part, you find a lot of the enemies in there, but you know, but there are still some out here. So this is where your inventory matters. See, like this meat is spoiled. So, well, kind of spoiled. So you got to be careful. But it's good to have stuff on you because even though it may make you sick, you might have the antidote in one of your consumables. You know, because there's different things, intestinal medicine, that'll help me with food, digesting food and things like that. But you want to watch your hunger and things like that because it does affect gameplay. Rations are usually good. Oh my gosh, who's calling? Scam likely. So you have to watch things like that. Even it's the difference between clean water and dirty water. Dirty water has a chance of infection too. We still got 72%. We're gonna go back into the 72% oxygen, which means I gotta go back to my base in order to rebuild my oxygen tank. Now the oxygen tank, if you see those where the bar is at in my equipment, it's right there in the middle of those two. The one with the green, I'd say green, with the blue things on it. That's my oxygen tank. Right there on my fanny, you know, look like a fanny pack. Now, those creatures that we saw, ooh, that scared me. I didn't know what that was. Those creatures that we saw, those aren't the only creatures in here. There's also this big giant creature running around, which looks so creepy, man. I thought I heard something. How do I get up there now?
Pay attention to your stamina.
Yes, yes.
You should rest before you're out of gas.
Great. Would be horrible. See, this one you appreciate Ezio and stuff. You know? I would have just climbed up there. Map. That's the problem with being in here sometimes. Easy to get lost. Oh crap. Okay. Oh, what is that? Sounds big. Sounds close. Oh, that's the big giant monster. Gonna sneak in for a closer look. Holy crap. Gotta
fact, I think I'm gonna lay here for a second. Where's Kratos when you need him? See that? That's freaking insane. I'm not gonna take on that thing. What do I look like? Crazy? Oh yeah.
Keep an eye on your remaining oxygen.
I was just about to mention the oxygen.
Supply yourself with oxygen by using Kuban energy.
I was just gonna mention that.
You can supply yourself with oxygen from your iDroid.
Show you what they're talking about after watching this giant monster pass by. See, and they kill. This thing just steps on anything, not caring. Look how long it is. You thought it was in. Oh my gosh. Freaking nuts. Disappeared into distance, but you can still see it. It's like a human centipede, even though it's not a human. Now my oxygen is at 39%. What I was going to mention is, for those crystals I picked up, I could spend a few of them to up my oxygen. In case I get caught out here. Oh my gosh, it's still going. This right here is so intriguing to me. Like, what is it? And it makes me want to keep playing just to find out what this is. But the game itself is pretty good. No, like I said, there's not a lot of so far I haven't come across a lot of cutscenes. But in Metal Gear The Phantom Pain, there wasn't necessarily a lot of cutscenes. You know? So, iron, I definitely need that. I can use it to make heavy arrows and things like that. Map. Where am I at? I'm around here somewhere. I'm trying to go there. That beacon is probably something that can help. At least I think I'm around here somewhere. Where am I? It doesn't need to tell me where I'm at right now. Okay, there's where I'm going. Stamina bar. It depletes. Oh, crap. Two ways. By running, well, sprinting, which you use to, you press down the L3 button and you sprint, or by moving while you're crouching. You know, which I guess they had to, because it is a stealth game. Survival stealth game. Oh shit. Oh. No, I don't necessarily have any bullets in my gun. So you see, like, so far I haven't come across less than 3. Well, last time I did. But stealth. You see why stealth is important? Because these things can come in numbers. Especially when you have to hold off a portal or matter transport or whatever it's called. They come in numbers. That's why you have to build up your defenses and things like that. No. But nothing in here. Stealth is important. Okay. Turn off of this game. See, you destroy stuff for materials, Minecraft style. But a turn off for this game for me was or is what is a turn off for me on this game? I just had it in my head. I'll remember it. I don't remember right now. I just had it in my head and then I got distracted. Holy crap. Ah. Uh-oh. No. If I had to compare this game to anything, I would call it Metal Gear Minecraft. You know, the bad guys are a little relentless. And when you die, you kinda have to, all the resources you just gathered and everything, you have to get all over again. Oh, okay. That's what I don't like about this game. Have to think about it. What I didn't like about this game that's a turn off is this is an online only game. Even when you're playing solo. Turn off. A lot of games are turn off like that. You know, because I'm a poor man. So, you know, if you know, at times I'm only working off the my mobile hotspot as far as internet. Where's that flashlight? Inventory. Because I did create the flashlight. Did I leave it in the thing? Yeah, instead it's an online game. You know, you know, like a lot of people, you can't always play an online game. You know? So, for me, that's trash. Okay, back outside. What did I come here for? Strong Kuban crystal reaction. Okay, so there might be a big payoff in here somewhere. Well, more than likely there's a big payoff. I just gotta find it. Go so far in before I come out. This crystal stuff ain't gonna matter if I keep spending it on my oxygen. Okay, he do got on the flashlight. If that's supposed to be the flashlight on his side. Oh, there we go. But you know, it's Minecraft. Destroy. Oh crap! Get off me! Get off me! Now the game itself, like I said, it's a good game. If you're a zombie, if you're a fan of zombie games, like simulations, and just like Metal Gear itself, I think you're in a good spot for it. Now, again, fanboys protest the game because they're like, it's not your normal Metal Gear game. Like, yes, this is true. But what's wrong with stepping outside the box a little bit here, fellas? You know? Again, the only turn off, lack of cutscene. Kojima was a great director, but again, directors aren't always writers, so that don't mean that you can't keep a Metal Gear story in a non-Kojima, game. Okay. Another one, I don't see him. There you are. Give me my arrows back. And just because, like I said, it doesn't mean you can't have a great game. The basics of the game is simple. Survive. Which leads to a fan theory of mine about this whole beef between, between Konami and Kojima. And the beef is, Kojima left, he's a jerk for leaving. There, Konami is a jerk for letting him leave. I could go to the transporter and it'll take me back to the base because I have a transporter on my base. They're all like, he's a jerk. Oh crap. Okay. I was gonna say, hope that's not too far down. Which it is. Fall damage.
You should secure your immediate surroundings and then heal yourself.
Cure. Just hold X to treat it. Let's replenish some oxygen real quick. 47, I should be able to escape. Gotta heal yourself, kinda like Snake Eater. But for me it's like, they're like, he's a jerk for leaving. Everybody's like, oh, well, they're jerks for not keeping them. But I feel both sides. Now, what I mean by I feel both sides is Kojima, yes, his name is up on it. He's the first director to have his name on a video game. Great. But you're just a director. Now, I have to go back and check who have writing rights. Because to me, the writer is the unsung hero. If that's Kojima, then okay, maybe they should have kept him on. But if it's not, it's the Metal Gear franchise necessarily missing out. You know?
You're approaching the weight limit of what you can carry. At this rate, it'll impact your activities, so be careful.
Drop off the stuff we got and things like that. For example, visually, you could tell a Tim Burton movie, right? You could tell a Tim Burton world, but did Tim Burton write all of those movies? You know? Ah, open. Now, did Tim Burton write all those movies? You can't tell me that, can you? Like, maybe. You know, and just because you have a great visual style, again, doesn't mean that you're the writer. The writer can write the next great Metal Gear game if they're still writing for Metal Gear. Would you not play that game because it's not directed by Kojima? Yeah, you can't really tell me that. Repair all areas. Alright. Make sure the overall perimeter is safe. Yeah, you can't tell me that. Hey, lady, you okay, lady? How do I talk to the lady? Can't talk to the lady. Whoops, not trying to look up your skirt, lady. But it's like you can't necessarily be like, oh, I wouldn't play it. You know, because Kojima's name is not, I'm gonna leave that there for a while. Inventory. Let's eat some potatoes before they go bad. That should be good. Clean water. So everything's back at 100. Storage. Manage possessions. A storehouse. What's on me? Storehouse. Taking kid energy drink and a dough. I need those. Huh? Okay. So I don't. There's nothing on me I don't need. This thing right here, Virgil at 9 or AT, lets me know what I need to do. You know, daily orders. If you're familiar with online games, you know, usually daily things for you to do to gain, I guess, certain drops or whatever. Weekly orders. No, it don't really matter to me. But these things, I'm not gonna say it don't matter, but no, it don't really matter. But this thing is basically gonna give off a lot of exposition and story. Now, because there aren't these spectacular cutscenes anymore, a lot of the story and exposition is done with prompts, as in, even though they're voice acted, it's there's this, and then this. You know, press X to continue, hear the next prompt, things like that. So, wait a second. Okay, I knew I could. Wait a second. What did I just do? Bottle water clean. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I knew I could create clean water. You know? Which is important. Because you don't want to get sick. Baked potatoes, don't necessarily want to bake the potatoes right now. Because even though they do... What's the word? Dirty water. Get some of that so I can create some more clean water. Because even though it does canteen clean, get me one of those, move to inventory. Even though it does recover more HP or health points, it doesn't necessarily, you know, after a while they become spoiled, as where a raw potato doesn't become spoiled. You know, and of course you run around and you eat spoiled food, what happens? You get sick. So that's why I don't necessarily make like baked potatoes and things. Inventory. This. I'll discard it. Too tempting. Discard. We don't want anything that's gonna make us sick. I could have swore I just fixed that up. Ah, here we go. That's the one with the clean water. Could drink it. And then I have a fresh canteen thing. You know, to have clean water. But I'll wait. Hey, Reed. Have anything to talk about? No? Okay, have a nice day. Survival, survival, survival. That's what it's about. This is where I got away from the transporter. Distress signal. There should be another transporter. I gotta get that one running. Okay, where am I at? Right here. Okay. Try to get closer and then figure out what's going on with this distress signal. Where's my transporter machine? No, and one of the worst things. Oh, I can't go that way. That's what singularity. No, I'll go this way. So, how there was another transporter. You can there's somewhere you'll have to open it up and defend. And those things, oh my gosh, are so horrible. Only 14 arrows, no bullets, and I have a machete. Or machete. Everybody says it differently. Nope, not in my lesson. I'm not just dropping down there all willy-nilly. Bet you I can't climb all the way up there. Can't climb up that either. But so far, the story is wormhole open. Holy crap. Shit. Oh, shot him in the neck. That worked out. Wormhole will open, transported us here. Get home. No, survive until you get home. Metal Gear Survive. Bam! Got your name. Now, I think what changed these wanderers into what they are, which I had another theory on. Okay. But here's my theory on what turned the Wanderers into what they are. The same thing that turned the Skrulls infected these people. Now, the Skulls or the Skrulls, whatever they are, in Metal Gear 5, the Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. I think that's what turned these into these. Which leads me to another story, well, another theory, which is these Wanderers, you know how they had in Metal Gear Solid 5 the wandering mother base soldiers? I'm like, they seem to be out of their mind. Like, what if they're mentally trapped in this dimension, but their body is physically in the Metal Gear world? You know? Which is why they seem to be out of it. You know? But that could be, you know, might not be. I don't know. Nice air pockets. Okay, that's that up there. I'm looking at the map. You know how there's little patches. There's probably elevated regions I haven't reached yet in order to open up the map. See, like there, you're like, what's... But, like, I can't see on top of that mountain, which would be this area right here. Or maybe, I don't know. But I'm like, what if they're mentally in this world, but physically in the world of the Phantom Pain? You know? Which would be why they don't recognize the boss. But, yeah. I think that another theory of mine, while I'm on theory, is the Kojima-Konami beef is fake. You know, in order to crap. Oh crap. I'll shoot you, dog. Sell more video games. Crap. Gray wolf meat. In order to sell more video games. Crap. The reason I say that is because of what resulted in it. First of all, there were 3 games that came out of it that, to me, are part of a multiverse or expanded universe, a Metal Gear expanded universe. Metal Gear Survive, Death Stranding. Can I shoot the bird? I had some chicken tonight. Crap. It's a duck. Metal Gear Survive, Death Stranding, and Left Alive. Right? Now, just listen to the names itself. Death Stranding, Survive, Left Alive. They're all about aftermath. And what's the aftermath that they're trying to... the world or the aftermath that they're trying to push? The aftermath of the fall or the separation of Konami and Kojima. Let me go back in real quick. You know, and just the names itself create a multiverse, an expanded universe. Now, for me, another big thing about that theory is, let's replenish that a bit. Distress signal somewhere. That's a big area to search. Inventory. Eat some potatoes. Okay. Another thing about this extended universe, for me, or proof of an extended universe, is us hearing about things and people we haven't heard of. Like, when did the artists, the game artists, become important? No, not saying that game artists aren't important, but when did the Metal Gear game artists become important? Because now they're like, Metal Gear Stay Alive, get a game featuring the art from the Metal Gear franchise artist. You know, like, that person, as far as name wise, never was important to the video game industry, right? All of a sudden, they're like, hey, pay attention to them. And that's just to bring light to the franchise, you know, to keep the franchise name afloat, as far as I'm concerned. You know? And it's to create that multiverse, or to expand upon that multiverse. Because they want you to think of Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear. So, all 3 names have similar titles. They're trying to push things, like I said, like the artists and the things like that, like, to make you think of
this beef, life after Metal Gear, which they had to figure out something, because as long as that team stays together, everybody's gonna want the next Metal Gear, plain and simple. When are we gonna get the next Metal Gear? When are we gonna get the next Metal Gear? And that's important, because they probably got tired of making Metal Gear games. They're like, we're gonna kill the franchise. How do we do that? Alienate our fans. You know? As in, you kill off the franchise by creating something totally offbeat. And they're like, oh, that's not a Metal Gear game. Like, it is now. You know? Like, oh my god. The game director goes on a new direction. You know? And it's like, okay. You know, but for Kojima, his art, his direction is weird art styles. Not art styles, but visual storytelling. You know, it's not necessarily the story itself. So, the fact that the artist, not the artist, the writer, you haven't heard anything about the writer, I believe is proof that the writer is probably writing for all three of the games. That will be the common denominator. Like, is it visual, is it gameplay mechanics, or is it the cutscenes, you know, the cinematics that draw a game, you know? And we're all in there, we're just in their experiment right now. You know? Need all of this. So we're part of their experiment right now. When, in all actuality, a good story. You know? Give me a good story, and I'm happy. What was the last good story you played? Game with a good story you played? You know, for example, am I still in the area? Yes, I am. Okay. No, what was the last game with a good story you played? Like, great gameplay mechanics. The Phantom Pain had a great story. It filled in a lot of plot holes. Where's that? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. It filled in some plot holes. Don't be coming this way. Oh crap, oh crap. After me if it sees me, or is this thing too big to pay attention to, like humans and ants? Oh snap! I'm wondering like, what's going on. Okay, like oh man, that just freaked me out. Yeah, it filled in a lot of plot holes. As in the game with the first two Metal Gear games. You know, which were for the NES. which is, as Solid Snake, you killed Big Boss in the first one. But in the second one, Big Boss returns, and you find out that that wasn't Big Boss that you killed, but instead it was a clone, which is, in turn, as we know now, to be Venom Snake. You know? You killed Venom Snake in the first Metal Gear game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. You kill Big Boss. Not Big Boss. And Big Boss comes in a second. You know, and they had to have a reason. They had to create a story around Venom Snake. They're like, who was the guy that we killed in the first game? If you're gonna explain all these other Big Boss clones, who did we kill in the first Metal Gear Solid? And that's what that whole game was about. Just to feel that this is who killed this guy that thought he was, you know, Big Boss, but didn't know he was Big Boss. And then, you know, he became Big Boss. Like, that's all that game was for. And oh my God, where am I? I'm all the way over here. Where's that distress signal? This way? That way? Yep. Wait, that's not the distress signal. Oh my gosh. How did I get all the way over there? That's my... Oh, the marker's still on. I'm stupid. Right, I got scared. That big giant creature. Oh man. Spending too much money, man. Food bomb crystals. Oxygen. But that's all. The game was fan service to fill out the plot hole so that Kojima could leave the franchise, you know, so he could pursue something new. Am I mad at the man? Nah, man. By all means, pursue something new. That's why he's like, he's trying to distance himself from the Metal Gear franchise. What'd he say? Death Stranding isn't a stealth game. It's not an action game. It's something new completely. You know, and he just want to create a name for himself outside of Metal Gear. You know, because he's only known for Metal Gear, right? There was a game he was trying to create, a game in the Silent Hill franchise, but he couldn't. That project was scrapped. You know? Why did that project get scrapped? Probably because, just like rappers and their record labels, you know, before you could go on to a different label or project, you have to fulfill your contract. You know, he probably has so many games for the contract and things like that. So to get that out the way, and he's like, let's finish this stuff up. You know? That's probably what happened. So he's like, whatever, throw it out there. People, you know, I didn't, I was a fan of it, but I had my own beefs with it. You know, like, fan of the game, you know, of the franchise. So there's that. Don't call everybody over here. Already limited on arrows. Uh-oh. trying to get him away from the body so I can get the arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not including the one I killed. 6. Where's the body? Crap, I lost it. Go back to the arrows, but I lost the body. I'm running out of oxygen. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh, that's the distress signal. Oh crap, I gotta carry you out of here. Okay. Can they get me up here? Let's replenish my oxygen. Don't have enough to do that. Let's cure what's hurting me. Okay, you guy. Let's see if we can get you out of here. Whew. Yes, I think he just wanted to feel it. Give a solid ending, I guess, or a solid loop, for lack of a better word right now, in order to leave the fans satisfied. To try to cover up all loose ends, all plot holes. Now, what I don't like about Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is the fact that it forced you to replay the whole story after you basically beat the story. Because they're like, he tried to pull an M. Night Shyamalan. Oh crap. Get off me. He tried to pull an M. Night Shyamalan. Oh crap. Oh my gosh. That guy's gonna be pissed. So you pull a what a twist? You know? Oh my gosh. You know? And this way, fellas. This way. This way. Follow me. Follow the leader. And to give you a what's a twist moment. Well, I don't want no damn Chinese food. I know it said Chinese food, but oh my gosh, I'm tired already. I don't have time for this. And I'm running out of oxygen. Drop this guy here. I don't even know if I'm going to the right place. This car. Can I bring the car? Which is crazy because I can't bring the car outside of the fog, or else I would have been took it outside of the fog. You know? But it's like, and he tried to pull up what's a twist moment, but in essence it forced you to replay the game over in order to complete it, and that I don't like. You know, they like, oh, you gotta play it on certain difficulty, yada yada yada, bullshit, excuse my language. And and that's that. You know, and I don't like it. I didn't like it at all. You know, it's a cheap way. It's a cheap trick, you know, to get you for that. Let's get back.
Woo! They didn't think I was gonna do it. So that made me not like the game.
You know, you're all right.
See, nothing too spectacular for the cutscene. And you can expect that a lot from this game. You know? Like, that's basically it. You get your exposition from this. Crew management, madman, employment history, plumber, evaluating. Base development team, of course. So these people are on my base development team. But she doesn't follow. Okay, I just want to say, how do I heal him? Here we go. Damn. Okay. Oxygen's up. Get my hunger and my thirst. Actually, before I do anything, let's take a nap. Hunger and thirst go up. Do I have to change the time? Yes, I do. Sleep for 20 hours. About 24. 19. Well, 23 really. 23:19. Okay. Inventory. Some potatoes. Stray wolf meat. I ate one of them on accident. Clean water. Damn. Okay. Now while we're here, let's go here. You know what we need? Ammo. I said arrow. I said ammo, but I meant arrow. Bam. Heavy arrows. 9mm standard round. I believe I have a 9. Get some of these together. Which I still gotta use sparingly. Equip. 12 gauge, I know that's shotgun. Craft some more. Which I have to send to the storage because I can only carry 30 at a time. Okay. This one equipped, I gotta fix that one. The spear actually works pretty good. Got 2 of those. Repair. I'll definitely repair my air tank.
Repair you again. Okay. Gotta make sure oh, dismantle. I can dismantle stuff. Oh, that's a level 3. Okay. Of course, I can repair that. That's at level 2. Dismantle that one. That's 2 of these. I can't equip both, so okay, dismantle that one. And I can dismantle that. Dismantle that too. You can always use the materials. Repair. Equip. Right there. Yeah, the spear comes in handy when you're in a bind, obviously. Let's see, what can I place here? Head equipment. Nothing. You gotta get to level 10. But when you're building up fences like this, or your metal fence, the spear definitely comes in handy to go poke, poke, poke through. You know? Let's see what you got here. Anything new, repair. Everything's repaired. Convert material. Interesting. A lot of stuff I haven't used yet. I haven't played it in a while.
It's incredible plants can even grow in a place like this.
See, craft. I don't like any of those. Got one of those. Feel like a suicide bomber with that. I'm okay. Okay, gloves. I don't know. Wormhole extractor. See, that's what I mean. That's what I believe caused the wormhole to appear over Mother Base. But I can't prove it. Broken jungle hat. Repair. Yep, that. Of course, equip. Inventory. What's my nameplate? Oh, a banner. Everything got banners these days. Fiber, diamond dogs. Made a MG03. Praying mantis. What? How do you say that? Warden Cliff section. Throw some D's on that. Gestures. I guess so that's when you're actually playing with other people, which I really don't. What I got in the supply box, son. I forgot I had that. Just haven't used it. Like, I'm okay on the Metal Gear Ray head now. Eye patch. fake big boss. Definitely take it. SB coins, definitely take it. A bone trap, interesting. Take it. Clean water, fake it. Take it. Empty bottles. Cardboard fence. Forcibly move creatures. Conveyor. Interesting. So, what is the skill trying to improve classes and learn skills? Improve class. I got enough. Level 7, man. Level 7, man. Endurance 15, strength 10, vitality 10, dexterity 10. Ooh. See, I haven't even really got into this. Swing combo, heavy swing. Strength boost, vitality boost. Oh, I did. Endurance. Okay. That seems sexy. Change my avatar, I shouldn't select that. If they identify you as a target, they'll attack you. Well, that's life. But this game is a fun game. You know, like I said, the pacing reminds me of Minecraft. Nope, back. The pacing reminds me of Minecraft, and that's actually not a bad thing. Because you know how you can get lost in Minecraft for hours, and you're like, what exactly did I do? But you feel accomplished. This game does that to you. You know, you're like, dang, what did I do for these hours? Like, well, I did just explore a lot, get some stuff done. Like just now, like what did I exactly do? I hit 2 spots. The high energy cooldown crystal spot, and I saved a person. And it's like, it didn't even seem like it, right? But
your new top mission priority is to return home from Dite. I've marked the map with the location of the singularity we already know about. Make your way there.
Okay, back to the main mission, which would be this. Now this is going to get hectic because I'm pretty sure that have one of these transporters, and I'll have to build up my defenses around the transporter to keep out the bad guys, make sure I have some ammo, and try to hold that down without dying. Gets very hectic. A lot more hectic than, you know, you think. As you can tell, I already been in that area because I have a transporter open, so I could transport from my base to there, and you know, all that real quick. Small animal, medium size. So far, my guy's basically a vegan because they just you forget to eat the animals and they go bad. But before I go, back to the water. Hour into that. Okay, you can make grilled wolf. Inventory. Even if you store it in your other stuff, it'll be like, dang. Get some fresh water. Always need fresh water. Campfire, basic cooking. Campfire and hanging pot. Yeah, certain things I had to make sure my base had. Now, of course, there was the sleeping spot, defense around it, and the campfire. But to catch rainwater needed, and this cooking pot, because I think before that I couldn't make distilled stuff or purify the water, things like that. Hey, how you doing, miss? Another hour before that's full. That's why I didn't empty both out. You know? Gotta make sure I have some stuff left over. Okay, so I guess we're headed that way now. Let's see. Before I go, inventory, consumables, materials. I have no materials. I think I'll take the long way, just so I can acquire some materials. But as you can tell, I'm doing a little bit better. Level 7. Up my gear. Have a gun now. It'd be amazing. Like, I started out with just this. And a spear. Savage. Oh wow. I just noticed that. I could switch my ammo type with the square and circle button. Okay, that's hot. That's hot. It went from a spear to gaining an oxygen tank from somewhere, opening up a few transporters, saved a few people. I'm coming along quite well. This game is fun. To me, this game has a lot more going on for it than the open world in the Phantom Pain. I hate to say it, this world feels more alive than the Phantom Pain, to be honest. And the Phantom Pain wasn't bad, it just, I don't know, the sense of the unknown feels a little bit better to me. My stupid self. To try not to curse, didn't set my mind. But it feels like it has more weight to it. As far as I wish I was an articulate person to be able to, convey how I feel right now. As far as risk, reward, consequences, this world feels a lot more like that than the Phantom Pain did. And the reason I say that is because every time you enter this fog, you go on to the next spot, you enter the world of unknown. Now, it's like you know what's there, but you really don't because of the added elements of hunger, oxygen, thirst, things like that. Right? And Metal Gear, The Phantom Pain, great game. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game. I don't know, like Peace Walker was better to me personally for the PSP. My favorite one is, of course, Metal Gear Tactical Espionage Mission, I believe is the complete name, for the PS1. It's my favorite because the first one I played, and it holds that soft spot for me. Oh, speaking of soft spots for Metal Gear games, this brings me to Metal Gear Solid 4. And although I liked it, there were some things that I must say made me upset about it. And was it a good conclusion to the story? Yes. Was it a good game? Yes. But there were parts of it where I felt like they tried to play us for suckers. When I say us, I mean fans. And what I mean by that is, like, if you take the Shadow Moses instance, some of the bad guys, they really tried to mess with your sense of nostalgia. You know, they're like, we're gonna take them back to Shadow Moses, to the Shadow Moses base. They're gonna love us for it. Even if the game is trash, they are going to love this game. You know? And for the most part, who didn't love going back to Shadow Moses? You know? It's effective, yes. But, like, I don't know. They took a lot and they tried to play on what you knew, stuff like that. Oh, get up. Oh, I missed that one. Oh my god, these things hit so hard. Keep a general or relative location of these bodies, because once you take the Kuban crystals, the bodies disappear. So therefore, I'll lose a good batch of arrows if I don't get to raid the whole body at once.
Keep an eye on your remaining oxygen.
Let's see.
Captain,
Where did that
supply
body drop?
yourself with oxygen by using Kuban energy. You can supply yourself with oxygen from your iDroid.
Yeah. So, you know, certain things like that is important. And that's the problem I have with a lot of games that's being remastered these days. You're just playing up on the you're playing up on the nostalgia. You know, and that's why I'm not a fan of remakes or remastered games, I should say. Reboots aren't bad, as in they try to freshen up a franchise, but remastered versions, you're really just selling me the same thing I bought before. Like, now it looks better. That's the problem. You know, that's a big problem. Because now you're like, you feel like you don't have to. Oh. No, oh my gosh, that's loud. Where'd that body go? Oh crap. You know, it makes companies look like they feel they don't have to create anything new. They can just milk you, you know, for what you got. Because, like, for example, Kingdom Hearts is good at that. You know, how many different versions of the same game are there? There's Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 mix, 2.5 mix, 2.8 mix, the all-in-one package. Like, you're still selling me the same damn game. Then not only that, you want to give me a remastered version.
However you do it, please heal yourself quickly.
They're busy right now to be thinking about healing. Let's grab these arrows. You know, Kingdom Hearts is good for that. Which makes me mad because I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. Like, you're really gonna make me buy these games again? You know, like, now it's the ultimate mix. Like, what's the change? A Keyblade. Just a Keyblade? Yeah, but it's the Keyblade you never saw. God, son of a. You know, and that's a little trash. Oh, I don't have the thing to heal myself. That's not good. Inventory. I got some food though. Thought I had. Even though I still bleed out. Stop the bleeding. Just lay here a second. Gotta thank Aloy. Aloy got me into the ball and arrow. that was one thing that was such a drag. You know, crap. Map. I don't even know where I'm at. Okay, that green thing is usually shaking. That green light in the
Pay
distance.
attention to your stamina.
Something
You
to
should rest before you're out of
as far
gas.
as to keep your eyes on the horizon. And that should lead me back to an exit. Oh crap. Get off me! Get off me! Help! Help! Now you see, like, you be like, for a second on the outside looking in, like, it don't look that bad, right? Until you get in a predicament like this one. Gotta survive, you're bleeding out. You're like, oh my god, oh, there should be a portal around here. Might be wrong. Ah, there it goes. Where am I at? Over here somewhere? Oh, I'm down there at the bottom. Gotta go. I gotta go. Help! I need a medic. Medic!
Nothing a little sleep can't handle.
You know? But remember, I did all that for materials anyway, which I don't think I got any materials. I did get some coupon stuff. Manage possessions. Materials. See? No materials. Wait, I do got a lot of materials up in here. Am I still hurt? I was gonna say, because it looked like my health bar was still going down. Inventory, consumables, food and drink. Right. Drink some dirty water. The thing about canteens, though, that make those pretty good, that I can refill them. But you're like, this don't seem like there's any risk at all. Sure there's not. Inventory. That's not what I was looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. I have 6 sandbags, 6 wooden fences, 6 normal fences. Net spray. Okay. Because more than likely I'm gonna have to set up a perimeter wherever I'm at. So field workstation. Where do I create that at? Craft. Okay, I'm guessing it's here. Or the advanced field workstation. Gadgets. Here we go. I'm gonna need more stuff. Just to make sure I don't die. And boy, can I tell you, sometimes, especially that wooden stuff, they go through it. That's why I had to start replacing half of my, you see like my workbench area, or back here is wood, but like I had the whole thing wood. Ah, they tore it all down so fast, so I started doing half. You know, oh man, when I say they attack this stuff, it's like Fortnite, how they destroy it. Which, yes, I've played, not the biggest fan, but it's not as horrible as people make it. Fortnite's pretty good. I just haven't got into it because it takes at least about 10 hours, at a minimum, 10 hours to get really solid foothold in the game. I don't know, I just haven't gotten to that yet. You know, all that shit, so. I was doing a lot. Apex took up a lot of my time. Final Fantasy 15 took up a lot of my time, and Spider-Man took up a lot of my time. Spider-Man, I still haven't beat the DLC yet. I bought them and haven't played them yet. Well, I played one, but I haven't beat it yet. Then there's, what is that? Final Fantasy 15. I got like 100+ hours in that already. And I just recently beat it. Even though the story is a lot shorter than I thought. I just leveling up and things like that. Holy crap. Holy crap. And another thing about Metal Gear, switch the camera angle of the so I'm saying the controls are so solid. The fact that they added swords and bows and arrows, it's a plus one because it gives off an adventure. It gives off an adventure feel. And I always thought that like Metal Gear Solid, with the cast of characters, things of that sort, it definitely deserves a few, you know, those things. Definitely have anime elements to it, and they really limited the world. You know, like Solid Snake, he's a Captain America type, right? Solid Snake, yeah, Captain America. As in, they could do some things most normal people can. But in the world they're in, that's limiting everything because he's Captain America. So the guys that he fights are like the Avengers. You know, you got the Avengers running around and Captain America running around, and all you do is just give us the same character over and over. That's unacceptable to me. You know? So to add in things like this, you know, and I feel that it has the potential, Metal Gear has the potential to be one of the next greatest franchises as in, I don't know, like a Naruto type thing, Final Fantasy type thing. That's why to see the artists go to Square Enix and work on a Final Fantasy game was a big step and important to see. You know? Because you're like, I see those characters in that world. Now, again, there were some things that made me mad about that. When I say that, I'm referencing Left Alive, if you don't know. Now, the bad thing about that is that the game itself is trying to live off the Metal Gear name. As in, the gameplay is based around stealth. Like, we don't want a stealth Final Fantasy game. We got it all backwards. We want a Metal Gear Final Fantasy game. Well, we want a Final Fantasy Metal Gear game. You know, if that makes sense. Like, Death Stranding is more action-based, right? We want to see Metal Gear characters in an action-based game, which they don't have the characters resemblance in Left Alive. He goes for a more photorealistic look, you know? If you notice. So, we're not getting the art style or the characters that we're looking for. We're not going to get, you know, even though it's different, I don't believe we're going to get us like a supplement. You know, I don't know how to put it. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Oh my god. Okay, level 12. No wonder. I'm like, why in the world are these monsters so much stronger? I'm scared to go like for headshots, because then I'm gonna miss with the arrows, man. And it's like, it seems like it's action, right? Action based. But we want to see the characters we love with the art style we know in that type of game, not just, you know, like, here you go. I don't know. But they went stealth to get base with that. No. Psycho Mantis, a lot of the Foxhound and, you know, all those other people, no, not yet. Okay, a few things I gotta do. Normal fence. Oh my gosh. Here's the button, okay. I shall place you here. 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 You here. Oh. Here. Okay, then I'll have to fill in that space. Put you here for now. Okay. Replenish oxygen, of course. Gotta
be able to breathe out in this mug. Sandbags. Whoops, wrong button. Place that here in front of here. Put one of you here. Where's that hole? Definitely place you here. Got two left. One here. And one behind me. Over here. Because man, are they gonna come once I turn this on? Haha, just like her. Whoever she is. If you know what I mean. Gotta make sure I can get around there. Okay. Learned my lesson. Like I said, I've died plenty of times. Today's actually been the best I've ever done in this game. So I thank my fans. Trying to look good for y'all. Even though nobody's probably watching. Shoot! I needed one of those big ones. Super stupid. Well. And if I rip them down, you know they won't put it back in my inventory. It's just burnt money.
Wormhole digger has been placed.
When you start digging.
By placing the digger at special locations called singularities, we can gather iris energy, which we'll need to generate and control a large wormhole. Once you start the digger, it will continue to run for a set amount of time, and it cannot be stopped before it finishes. The wormholes used in the digging process attract wanderers.
Be sure to protect the digger from attack while it's running.
What they said.
That about does it for the basics of energy digging.
Once you're ready, access the digger and start it up.
You just call me a nigger? No, I don't even have to stay in.
Wormhole digger is running. Enemies detected. Protect the digger.
Look at that. Did that just destroy all the defenses? Oh my god. Don't have any more. Then I lost. Oh my god. Oh my arrow. Did I just attack the giant monster? Oh my gosh, I think I attracted the giant monster. Don't care about this. Arrows. I get the arrows. Oh gosh. You know what? With that big thing around, actually, I think that's keeping away the smaller ones. One arrow left. No, I'm not jumping down there. No idiot. last second. I'm not gonna be able to. At least I know how to properly approach this thing, block off these areas. Oh my god. Over here. Crap. Game over. Yes. But I'm gonna end it here for now. And I am so going to go use the bathroom. I might pick it up from where I left off. Or you might catch me later on into the game. But talk to you later. Peace.
Your new
love,
top
happiness.
mission priority is to return home from D.